okay? Because I need you calm. Okay, no matter what happens, you gotta stay calm.
I told you I don't follow these movies. I don't ask me about something I do know. Ask me about It Follows. Ask me about Hereditary. Ask me about The Witch.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Friday night, where you are at least. You know what time it is. That means we're doing 2 more Why We Love Horror trivia matches right here on YouTube. I am John Maher, the friendly gatekeeper of the horror community here. At least I think I am. Tonight, 2 different sides of the spectrum. We got a debut match, 2 players you haven't seen before, debuting in the first match. We'll talk to them in a second. Later on, we have a match in the second half of the show, which has number 1 contender. What's what I'm looking for? Probabilities in the match. So whoever wins that match will go on to a number 1 contenders match. But let's get in. Let's welcome some new players to the league. Coming in first, obviously with a record of 0-0. Our first referral, I think, that we got to the league. Someone who's new to us. Rose Lyndsey. Rose, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well.
So I'm sure you don't mind who referred you. Brennan Dunlap, a player in this league, said you'd be great. So he's already put expectations on you. Are you nervous?
Lord.
Do you feel you'll live up to the expectations? He says you definitely know your stuff.
I know some stuff. I know a lot about certain things, and then probably not so much about others. So we'll see. I'll do my best.
That is a fair answer. And another person now, another referral, but we are definitely keeping it in the family this time. It is a relative of one of my co-hosts on Why We Love Horror. It is Abby's brother, Zach Messinger. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Well, and I guess I don't know if they done. This isn't a bad thing, Zach. They just, Abby did not talk you up as much as Brandon talked up Bruce. Does that offend you, or do you feel like it gives you less pressure?
It'll just be that much more fuel for when I eventually play her. So
okay, that is something we will try to make happen down the road, but I believe there'll be a long road before we get there.
Yeah.
With that being said, it's 3 rounds of horror trivia action. Round 1 is the speed round. Rose gave me 4 categories. Zach gave me 4 categories. I wrote 8 questions. So they'll number their boards or papers 1 through 8. I will ask 8 questions with 10 seconds in between each question. When I've asked all 8 questions, there'll be 10 more seconds and time will run out. If they get all 8 questions right, there is a 9th bonus question. For the duration of the match, each player gets 3 repeats in a challenge. In round 1, if they want to use a repeat, they can use it as time is running out. I'll repeat any questions they want repeated, and then I'll give them 20 extra seconds to finish up their answers. Any questions before we get started?
I'm feeling good.
All right. Then your first question will come in the category of the Scream franchise. What's the name of Cotton Weary's talk show that we see in the opening of Scream 3? Oh, don't show me the answer yet.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna show. You're gonna show all 8. Your next question in slashers: what famous magician plays a magician in Terror Train? Yeah, we'll go over all the answers all together at the end. Your third question: in the 1990s, who directed Event Horizon? Your fourth question in the 2010s, what country serves as the setting for The Wailing? Your fifth question is movies with evil or creepy children in it. What is the subtitle to the second Children of the Corn film? Moving on to James Wan, what year saw the release of Dead Silence? We're going to go on to movies with unstable protagonists. What was Beth's deceased husband's profession, Owen, in The Night House? And your final question comes in the Conjuring universe. What is Maurice's nickname in the 2 Nun films? And your chance to use a repeat for more time expires in 5, 3, 2.
Repeat, please.
Okay, a repeat. And which questions do you need repeated, Rose? Which questions did you want repeated? I think she might have frozen.
Yeah.
All right, we'll pause here. Slight technical difficulties. So we're going to start from question 5. I'm going to read them all in rapid succession, and then I'll give you 20 seconds from there on out. In Evil and Creepy Children, what's the subtitle to the second Children of the Corn film? In James Wan, what year saw the release of Dead Silence is number 6. Number 7 is what was Beth's deceased husband Owen's profession in The Night House? And the last one in the Controverse, what is Maurice's nickname in the 2 Nun movies? So I'll give you 20 seconds from right here. Yeah, 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rose, we'll start with you. What were the answers you had?
Number 1, 100% cotton.
Okay.
Number 2, I did not get. Number 3, I did not get. Number 4, Japan.
Okay.
5, I did not get. 6, 2009. 7, Mortician. And 8, I didn't get.
Okay. And Zach, your answers. Then we'll go over the correct ones.
The first 3 I completely planked and fell over on. 1 and 2 I didn't get. 3 I'm pretty sure this isn't right, but I put Spielberg. 4 I put Japan. 5 I didn't get. 6 I put 2008. 7 I know this one's not right either, but Doctor. And then 8 Frenchie.
Okay. At the end of the round 1, the score is 1-1. We're tied. Rose, you did get the first one right. Cotton's talk show is 100% cotton. David Copperfield plays a magician in Terror Train, the old Jamie Lee Curtis movie. Paul W.S. Anderson directed Event Horizon. The Wailing takes place in South Korea. The second Children of the Corn film is The Final Sacrifice. Dead Silence, 2007. Her husband was an architect, and Frenchie is Maurice's nickname in the Nun movies. Well, round 2 is our first of 2 wheel rounds. All 8 of those categories we talked about, they're on a wheel now, along with a spinner's choice and an opponent's choice wedge. Rose will have the option to spin first or defer to Zach. You can spin the wheel. If you like what you get, you can get it, or you can use a respin. Whatever you land on, you're going to get 5 questions in that category worth 2 points apiece. But if you don't know the answer, you can check down the multiple choice, and then the question is worth 1 point apiece. However, at any point, if you get the question wrong, your opponent can steal. So let's bring the wheel in, and we'll remind you what the categories are. Categories that we're dealing with today. We got the Scream franchise, slasher movies, the 90s, the 2010s, Evil and Creepy Children, James Wan, unstable protagonists, and the Controverse. Rose, you have the option. Do you want to spin first, or do you want Zach to go first?
He can go first.
All right, Zach, here's your first spin.
All right.
Lands on the 2010s. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
Let's keep that.
All right. We'll put the wheel backstage for Rose's turn, and I'll ask you your questions in the 2010s. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Your first question. In World War Z, we see a walled city in what country get overrun by zombies?
Is it Libya?
That's incorrect. Chance for a 2-point steal, Rose. In World War Z, we see a walled city in what country get overrun by zombies?
China? No, that's not a city. Oh my gosh.
No, it's the country. It's also not
Right.
China.
Okay.
It's Israel. They are in Israel when that happens. Your second question. Who plays Verna Sawyer, Jedediah's mother, in Leatherface? Remember, you do have multiple choice if you need it.
Let's go multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Melora Hardin, B, Lily Taylor, C, Maria Bello, or D, Emily Watson?
C.
C is incorrect. Rose, chance for a 1-point steal. The options again: A, Melora Hardin, B. Lily Taylor, C. Maria Bello, or D. Emily Watson?
A.
A is also incorrect. Lily Taylor plays his mother in Leatherface. Your third question. What 2017 teen horror film features supporting performances from Josh Hutcherson, Craig Robinson, and Jack Quaid? Five, four.
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, The Babysitter, B, Happy Death Day, C, Wish Upon, or D, Tragedy Girls?
Oh, Happy Death Day.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, The Babysitter, B, Happy Death Day, C, Wish Upon, or D, Tragedy Girls?
Wish Upon.
That is also incorrect. We're looking for Tragedy Girls. Tragedy Girls. They're all in that movie. Your fourth question. What is written on the front doors of Collingwood Psychiatric Hospital in Grave Encounters? Five, four, three.
You're gonna die. I don't know.
That is incorrect. Chance for 2-point steal, Rose. What is written on the front doors of Collingwood Psychiatric Hospital in Grave Encounters?
Am I allowed to ask for multiple choice?
Now, at this point, now, because it was his questions.
Keep out.
No, it's Death Awaits. Death Awaits is written on the front doors of the hospital. And your final question in 2010s, who directed Lights Out?
Oh, David F. Sandberg.
That is correct for 2 points. All right. So Zach got to score up to 3. Rose still at 1. We'll bring the wheel back for Rose's first spin. And let's see what you get. And you get movies with evil or creepy children. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
I'll keep it.
All right. So we'll just close out of the wheel entirely. Give me 1 second to prep the next round. All right. Here are your questions in evil and creepy children movies. Your first question. What is Esther's actual first name in the Orphan franchise?
Lena.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays Dr. Susan Werner in Village of the Damned?
Which version? The older version or the remake?
The newer version. The Carpenter version.
Kirstie Alley.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. In what country is the original Goodnight Mommy set?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Switzerland, B, Austria, C, Belgium, or D, Germany?
D.
What was that, B or D?
D, Germany.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, Switzerland, B, Austria, C, Belgium, or D, Germany?
Austria?
That is correct for a 1-point steal. Your fourth question. What is the only thing that we see that can harm Brandon in Brightburn?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, infrared light, B, metal from his ship, C, sub-zero temperatures, or D, microwaves?
A.
A is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal, Zach. Is it A, infrared light, B, metal from his ship, C, sub-zero temperatures, or D, microwaves?
Infrared light?
That is also incorrect. It's metal from his ship because early on he accidentally cuts himself out on this.
I should have thought it was evil Superman.
Yeah. Your final question in Evil and Creepy Children, very simply, who directed Sinister?
I knew this. I need multiple choice. I have to hear it.
Is it A, Mike Flanagan, B, Jaume Colette Serra, C, Alexandre Aja, or D, Scott Derrickson?
A.
A is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal, Zach, to tie the game. Is it A, Mike Flanagan, B, Jaume Colette Serra, C, Alexandria Aja, or D, Scott Derrickson?
Scott Derrickson.
That is correct. And we are tied going into the final round, which is the lovingly coined Austin Pez Howell Memorial Synopses round. Now, both contestants, Rose having the honors in this match, she will get the choice if she wants to spin her categories first or second. There are 5 categories on a wheel. They'll spin for a 2-point, a 3-point, and a 5-point question. I will read a movie synopsis, and they just tell me what movie it is. So let me bring in the wheel, talk about what categories we got on the synopsis wheel today. Today we're talking 1970s, the 2020s, body horror, horror comedies, and psychological thrillers. Rose, would you like to spin your categories first or let Zach spin first?
I'll go this time, I guess.
Okay. You do get 1 respin if you don't like the categories you get, but you only get 1 respin through the 3 spins. So your 2-point question will come in psychological thrillers. Do you want to keep that?
Sure.
All right. Your 3-point question will come in the 2020s. Do you want to keep that?
No.
All right. So these are the categories you must take then for 3 and 5. For 3, you're going to get body horror. And for 5, you're going to get psychological thrillers. Zach, your 2-pointer.
All right.
The 2020s. Do you want to keep that?
Sure.
Your 3-pointer. Psychological thrillers. Do you want to keep that?
Sure.
And your 5-pointer with 1 respin remaining. The 2020s. Do you want to keep that?
Let's keep it.
All right. So, one last question for you, Rose, before we get started. We are tied. Would you like to go first or second?
Second.
Okay. Zach, we'll start with your first question in the 2020s. Are you ready?
Yep.
Aspiring fashion designer Eloise is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s, where she encounters dazzling wannabe singer Sandy. But the glamour is not as it seems, and the dreams of the past crack and splinter into something darker. Name that movie.
It's Last Night in Soho.
That is correct. All right, Rose, we're going to give you your 2-pointer in psychological thrillers. Are you ready?
Okay.
For 2 points. After being abducted by a child killer and locked in a soundproof basement, a 13-year-old boy starts receiving calls on a disconnected line from the killer's previous victims. Name that movie.
Black Phone.
That is correct. We go back over to Zach for his 3-pointer in psychological thrillers. And it's this. A young American woman moves with her husband to Bucharest and begins to suspect that a stranger who watches her from the apartment building across the street may be a local serial killer who's decapitating women. Name that movie.
Can I get a repeat?
Yes, you can. And you have 2 repeats left. A young American woman moves with her husband to Bucharest and begins to suspect that a stranger who watches her from the apartment building across the street may be a serial killer decapitating women. Name that movie.
This might not be right, but Jack the Ripper.
That is incorrect. This is Watcher. Micah Monroe's Watcher from, I believe, maybe like a year or 2 ago. So since we're still tied, but Rose has more questions left, we're going to ask Rose her 3-pointer in body horror. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Still a stranger to her own body, a high school student discovers she has a physical advantage when she becomes the object of male violence. Name that movie.
Teeth.
That is Teeth. All right, here's where we're at, Zach. You do have to hit your 5-pointer in 2020s to send it back over to Rose. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. For 5 points, a fashion designer suffers from a mysterious illness that puzzles her doctors and frustrates her husband until help arrives in the form of a Filipino carer who uses traditional folk healing to reveal a horrifying truth. Name that movie. Five, four.
Can I get a repeat?
Yes, you can. You have one left. A fashion designer suffers from a mysterious illness that puzzles her doctors and frustrates her husband until help arrives in the form of a Filipino carer who uses traditional folk healing to reveal a horrifying truth. Name that movie. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I got nothing.
That
Good
is
job,
the
good job, Rose.
And your winner, Rose Lyndsey. That is the 22 movie Nocebo, like with placebo, but it's Nocebo. It's a good movie. Ava Green's in it.
Okay. Good job,
With that
Rose.
being said, we'll go to post-match interviews, starting with today's second place finisher, Zach. I think everyone here is just getting their feet wet. You're just getting in the swing of things. This is normal, so I don't want you to feel dejected. How you feeling?
Feeling all right. I thought I did a fair amount of prep, but I guess maybe could have done a little bit more for next time. But hey, I'm still feeling good that I got on the show. So hey.
Not a problem. So, and we will see you back. Things go pretty rapidly here, so you get another match before you know it. And if you join teams, you get even more matches. But we appreciate it. Say hi to everybody, and we'll see you down the road.
Yep. Thank you for having me, John.
And we'll bring in anytime. And you're today's winner, Rose Lyndsey. Well, you lived up to the hype. You won. So Brandon's gonna be very happy to hear that. How are you feeling with the win?
I'm surprised, honestly. I honestly didn't think I was going to win.
Well, you did pretty well, and you pulled both things in the synopsis rounds. So obviously, movies by descriptions. That's actually a weakness of a lot of players in the league, so that's going to do you well down the road. You are 1-0 now, so you'll definitely get a match before long. Also, Brandon tells me you guys are going to be a team, so you'll probably get a teams match within the next few weeks as well. How you feeling about those options?
That sounds good to me. I'll be happy to do it.
All right. Sounds good. Well, we appreciate having you, and thank you. You did a great debut, and we'll see you next time you come back.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Right. If you enjoyed that match, stick around. There's another one coming right up. It is a number one contenders potential match. Shannon Briggs, undefeated Shannon Briggs, the monster, taking on perennial contender Kerri Webb, and we'll see you right after this intermission.
Hello, and thank you for your business. Why not stop by our refreshment stand? We have all kinds of special treats, but don't take my word for it. Take it away, fellas!
Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a time. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time. Popcorn for all, hell's on its way. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time.
2 minutes till showtime. There's still plenty of time to visit the refreshment stand.
Come on down to the snack bar, cut your eyes out, cut your eyes out, have a good time to the snack bar. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a time. Come on, take a stroll to
Welcome back from intermission. It's time for the second match of the evening. And like I said earlier, this does have number one contendership implications. This two competitors competing for the final spot in the four-way match to determine the number one contender for Luis Boos's Why We Love Horror Trivia Singles Championship. Both of these competitors are ranked in the top 10, and I will start by bringing in the lower-ranked competitor. She is tied for sixth place at the moment, perennial contender, the mother of the community, Kerri Webb. Kerri, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
Doing great. It's always good to have you here as you hold a place in the community here as the only person with a child who is female. So we appreciate you more than you'll ever know. How you feeling about this match this evening?
Not great because Shannon is a fantastic player, and I chose like all new strengths, which was not really the time to do that, but I really wanted to try to challenge myself to do something a little different. But I hope it'll still be really fun, and yeah.
All right. You have already built him up, and the other competitor in this match tied for second, actually, in the rankings. Not to make it any more intimidating than this, the undefeated Shannon Briggs. Shannon, how you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
I didn't mean to build you up too much. Do you feel any pressure? How you feeling this evening?
Oh, I mean, there's always a little bit of pressure, and I was going to say, I take every competitor seriously. Kerri, I definitely am not taking her lightly. I know she knows her stuff, and so I'm just looking forward just to a good match and just having fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me do what I forgot to do, and I will pull up the document with the questions in it, which is the most important thing in the match. But while I am pulling that up, let's talk a little bit about round one. Round one is the speed round. Kerri chose 4 topics. Shannon chose 4 topics. I wrote 8 questions. I'll ask those 8 questions in semi-rapid succession. I'll ask a question, 10 seconds will pass. I'll ask another question until I've asked all 8 questions. The competitors will number their board 1 through 8 because we will not stop until we're done. If they get all 8 questions right, which one of the competitors has done this season, there's a 9th bonus question. Both competitors get 3 repeats in a challenge to use throughout the entirety of the match in round 1 if you want to use a repeat. When time's running out, you can ask me for a repeat. We'll repeat as many questions as you need, and we'll give you an extra 20 seconds to finish up your board. Any questions?
No.
All right. Well, then your first question is going to come in the category of Sir Robert Zombie. Who plays Deputy Steve Naish in House of 1,000 Corpses? Your second question comes in the category of family horror. How many years separate Nicholas Roeg and Robert Zemeckis' versions of The Witches? Your third question comes in the category of zombie movies. Very simply, in Zombieland, what's rule number 1? Your fourth question will be in the Halloween franchise. In Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, what's the name of the character who Michael Myers kills, then steals their car and their Halloween costume? First name's all we need. Your fifth question is in horror anthologies. What type of creature is the main focus of Lover's Vow in Tales from the Dark Side, the movie? Moving on to George Romero. How many total of the Dead movies did George Romero direct? In directors, what was the first English language film directed by Andre Overdahl? And your final question comes in vampire movies. What country serves as the setting for the majority of El Conde? And your chance to use a repeat will expire in 5, 4.
Can you repeat 4 and 7 for me?
Yes, that's Shannon's repeat. 4 is in Halloween. In Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, what's the name of the character who Michael Myers kills, then steals their car and Halloween costume? Number 7 is directors. What was the first English language film directed by Andre Overdahl? 20 seconds from here. Ten seconds. And time will expire in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll start with Kerri. Let's take a look at your answers.
Okay. First one I forgot. 2, I think 42. What? 3, I said double tap. 4, Michael. 5, zombie. 6, 6. 7, let me in. And 8, Spain.
And Shannon, your answers.
Number 1, I went with Walton Goggins. Number 2, I went with 30 years. Number 3, I went with Cardio. 4, I did not know. 5, I say Gargoyle. 6, I went with the 6, the total of the movies. 7, I went with the Autopsy of Jane Doe. And 8, I went with Brazil.
Okay. At the end of round 1, I have Shannon in the lead 6-2. Here are the answers. Walton Goggins does play Deputy Naish in House of a Thousand Corpses. 30 years separate Nicholas Roeg and Robert Zemeckis' versions, 1990 and 2020 of those years. The first rule is cardio. The character that Michael Myers kills is Michael, which is why it's funny when his girlfriend calls Michael Myers Michael. Lover's Vow centers around a gargoyle. That's correct. There are 6 of the Dead movies that he directed. The Autopsy of Jane Doe was Andre Overdahl's English language debut. And El Conde takes place in Chile. All right. With that being said, we're going to move on to round number 2. Round number 2 is our wheel round. All those categories we just talked about, all 8 of them, they're on a wheel now. There's also a spinner's choice and an opponent's choice wedge on that wheel. Since Shannon's in the lead, he can choose whether he wants to spin first or defer to Kerri. When we spin, you can spin. If you like the category, you can keep it. If you don't like it, you can respin. But on the second spin, you have to take the category. What happens is you get 5 questions, whatever category you wind up with. They're worth 2 points apiece. However, if you feel you don't know the answer, you can check down for multiple choice for 1 point. However, if at any point you get any of those questions wrong, your opponent can steal those points. Let me bring in the wheel. We'll talk about the categories we got going on today. We already talked about them, but where is that pesky wheel? Hang on, let's find it. I'm just trying to find it for myself now. Here we go. Categories on the wheel today. Rob Zombie, family horror, zombie movies, Halloween, horror anthologies, George Romero, directors, and vampire movies. Shannon, do you want to spin first or do you want Kerri to spin first?
I will spin first.
All right. Well, your first spin. And it lands on George Romero. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
I will keep that.
All right. We're going to keep George Romero. You ready for your questions in George Romero?
Yes.
All right. Your first question. Where on her body is Karen bit in Night of the Living Dead? Five, 4, 3.
Leg.
Leg is incorrect. Chance for a 2-point steal, Kerri. Where on her body is Karen bit in Night of the Living Dead?
Arm.
Her arm is correct. Your second question in George Romero. How is the virus accidentally released in The Crazies?
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Is it A, canisters leak into the town's water supply? B, a plane carrying the virus crashes? C, a test subject escaped captivity and bit somebody? Or D, it is accidentally substituted for a vaccine that's being given out?
I'll go with D.
D is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal, Kerri. Is it A, canisters leaked into the town's water supply? B, a plane carrying the virus crashes? C, a test subject escaped captivity and bit somebody? Or D, it is accidentally substituted for a vaccine that's being given out?
A.
A is also incorrect. Correct answer is B, a plane carrying the virus crashes near the town. Your third question. Who plays Slack in Land of the Dead?
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Robert Joy, B. John Leguizamo, C. Asia Argento, or D. Dennis Hopper?
A. Robert Joy.
That's incorrect. Chance for a 1 point steal. Kerri, is it A. Robert Joy, B. John Leguizamo, C. Asia Argento, or D. Dennis Hopper?
I think all these people are in the movie. I don't remember the character names. I'm going to go with John Leguizamo.
That's also incorrect. Slack is Asia Argento.
Okay.
Yes. Your fourth question in George Romero. In Monkey Shines, how does Ella kill the surgeon who originally operated on Alan?
Burns down the cabin he's staying at.
That is correct. Not exactly what I have written, but that's exactly what happens. And your final question. What method of transportation do the survivors use to escape at the end of Survival of the Dead?
Boat.
I will accept that. It's a ferry, but a ferry is a boat, so I'll take that. All right, with that being said, you get your score up to 10. Kerri with a steal gets her score up to 4. So we are going to bring the wheel back. And let's do some spinning. Kerri, you land on family horror. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
I'll spin again.
All right, the category you must take. Zombie movies. Zombie movies. All right, so let me just do a little bit of prepping for the next round before we talk about those zombie movies. But are you ready for these zombie movie questions?
Yeah.
Your first question. Lucio Fulci's Zombie 2 features an iconic scene of a zombie fighting what type of animal?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, a lion, B, a bear, C, a shark, or D, a bull?
Bear.
Bear is incorrect. Chance for a 1 point steal, Shannon. Is it A, lion, B, bear, C, shark, or D, bull?
B, C, shark.
C, shark is correct. And it is as crazy as it sounds. Yes, he is fighting. It's an underwater fight between a zombie and a shark. Your second question. What United States city serves as the setting for the majority of Army of the Dead?
Las Vegas.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. Who directed Bride of Reanimator and Beyond Reanimator?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Brian Usna, B, Stuart Gordon, C, Rick Fry, or D, Dennis Paoli?
I'll go with Stuart Gordon.
Stuart Gordon is incorrect. Chance for a 1 point steal, Shannon. Is it A, Brian Usna, B, Stuart Gordon, C, Rick Fry, or D, Dennis Paoli?
That would be Brian Usna.
Brian Usna of Society fame did direct that. Your fourth question. At what type of location do the majority of the events of Pontypool take place?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, a gymnasium, B, a supermarket, C, a radio station, or D, an amusement park?
Gymnasium.
That's incorrect. Chance for a 1 point steal, Shannon. Is it A, gymnasium, B, supermarket, C, radio station, or D, amusement park?
Radio station.
That is correct. And your final question in zombie movies. How many Resident Evil movies did Paul W.S. Anderson direct?
Multiple choice.
A3, B4, C5, or D6?
5.
5 is incorrect. Chance for a 1 point steal. Shannon, is it A3, B4, C5, D6?
I'm gonna go with 5.
That's what Kerri said. So
Oh, that's what Kerri. Oh, sorry. Well,
it
go
is,
ahead.
it is
Yeah.
4. It is 4. That is
I'm just throwing out here. I completely forgot what she said. I was just trying to think about like pulling my mind and what was all in there. So. After
round number 2, Shannon has 13, Kerri has 6, but still alive. Going to round 3. Round 3, we're not gonna make fun of Pez anymore. It's just the synopsis round. Pez is coming along. He's doing much better in this round, so it's just the synopsis round now. Both competitors chose 2 generic categories to put on the wheel. I chose a 5th category. They're each going to spin the wheel 3 times to determine a 2, a 3, and a 5-point category. Then they get 1 respin if they don't like any of those categories. Shannon's still in the lead. He could choose whether he wants to go first or let Kerri spin her things first. And we'll just ask synopses until either we've asked all 6 questions or a player is mathematically eliminated. Any questions before we get started? Let's bring it in. Categories in this round today are 1960s and earlier, 1970s, 2010s, horror comedies, and vampires and werewolves. They're all in there twice for a nice 10-slice wheel. Shannon, you want to spin your categories first or let Kerri spin hers first?
I'll go ahead and let Kerri spin first.
All right, Kerri, here's your 2-point. Your 2-pointer is vampires and werewolves. You want to keep that?
I will keep that.
Your 3-pointer. The 2010s. Do you want to keep that?
Yep.
And your 5-pointer with 1 respin remaining. Horror comedies. Do you want to keep that?
I'll keep that.
All right. Shannon, your turn. Your 2-pointer. You get horror comedies. Do you want to keep that for 2?
I'll keep it.
Your 3-pointer. You get vampires and werewolves. Do you want to keep that?
Yeah, I'll keep that.
And your 5-pointer with 1 respin remaining. Looks like 1960s or earlier. You want to keep that or spin again?
I'll keep that.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Then let's get rid of that wheel. Kerri, you're behind, so we're going to ask you your questions first. Starting with your 2-pointer and vampires and werewolves, are you ready?
Yep.
For 2 points, 2 criminals and their hostages unknowingly seek temporary refuge in a truck stop populated by vampires with chaotic results. Name that movie.
From dusk, or it is, From Dusk Till Dawn.
That's right.
What I can't remember, is the from the in there? Because I think they made a TV show that was just.
I think the TV show is still From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, okay. I'm just confusing myself.
Wilmer Valderrama of that 70s show fame. Still going to stick with you for your 3-pointer and 2010s. You ready for this one?
Yep.
Okay. A group of old college friends reunite for a trip to a most dangerous country in Europe, Sweden, encountering a menacing presence there stalking them. Name that movie.
The Ritual?
That is The Ritual, correct. You're still 2 points behind, so we do have to move on to your 5-pointer in horror comedies to kick it back over to Shannon. Are you ready?
Yeah.
For 5 points in horror comedies. After a breakup, Wes ends up at a remote rest stop. He finds himself locked inside the bathroom with a mysterious figure speaking from an adjacent stall. Soon, Wes realizes he is involved in a situation more terrible than he could imagine. Name that movie.
Repeat, please.
That's your first repeat. For 5 points in horror comedies. After a breakup, Wes ends up at a remote rest stop. He finds himself locked inside the bathroom with a mysterious figure speaking from an adjacent stall. Soon, Wes realizes he's involved in a situation more terrible than he can imagine. Name that movie.
I don't know. Congrats, Shannon. I don't know.
You just throw it in the towel?
Yeah, I don't even have a guess for that. Well, yeah, I don't have a guess.
Okay. And your winner, Shannon Briggs. That movie is the Ryan Quanten and J.K. Simmons vehicle, Glorious, which I would recommend. It is really funny. Glorious because the guy's speaking through a glory hole the whole time, but it is fantastic. That being said, we're going to go to post-match interviews starting with Kerri. Kerri, I don't want to say you called the shot, but you did talk up Shannon. Yeah. You had a shot though. You were within striking distance when your spin started. You could have definitely surpassed him. How you feeling?
I kind of wish I had just like relied on my older strengths, and this match probably would have been closer. I don't think the outcome would have changed though, and I'm hoping I can kind of develop those into better strengths. But it was still really fun. The questions were fantastic as always.
This is a marathon, not a sprint. So, we're definitely going to have you back. We're going to have you back in teams. We're going to have you back in singles. You're still probably in the top 10. I just jumble the numbers a little bit, but you're still definitely up there. So we will see you before you know it. Thanks for coming, Kerri. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
And we'll bring in today's winner. Moving on to the four-way number one contenders match. Mr. Shannon Briggs, now you're going to move into this match where you're going to be playing Dylan Van Thine, Hunter Chambliss, and Jordan Pierce Owens. Winner take all, winner getting a shot at Luis Boost. How you feeling?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm feeling good. I mean, Kerri, she did a great job tonight. Like I said, she was, I mean, like I said, it was like, especially the middle rounds, I've kind of realized it's kind of like my weak point. Even if I try to study around there or whatever, sometimes it just depends. You have bigger sort of questions to go through or whatever, but.
You hit that monkey shines question, which most people haven't seen that movie, but you hit that monkey shines question pretty straight up. So I gotta say,
well, you know what's crazy? I watched that last year for the first time, and it was because I'm slowly trying to try to catch up with all my Romero filmography. So it was a good thing that seemingly just a surprise just watched came in handy for me. But yeah, I'm really looking forward for this. It's number one contender round. It's all the people you name I've seen them. They are extremely good. I definitely feel like I have my work cut out for me, even though as people keep building me up as far as being the top of the rankings, I still feel like in that group it's anybody's game. So I really look forward to it.
All right, we will have some special rules in that match, but I will be messaging all you guys to fill you in so there's no surprises. But until then, we'll see you before you know it. Again, congratulations, Shannon. We'll see you soon. All right. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, do me a favor. Can you like and comment and subscribe and share and go to the Facebook group and join that because we're cool. And also, if you don't like Facebook, if you're like my son's age and you're watching this for some reason, I don't know, talk to your parents. You probably shouldn't be watching this video. But you can go to TikTok. I'm on there too. I'm cool. You go to TikTok, WWHorror on TikTok, or if you're really old and you like email, you can email me at wwhorror@gmail.com. That being said, this Monday coming up, I got Cody Newberry. He's going to come on John Versus, and we're going to talk about Conjuring the Genie. He's going to have a horrible time, but he will be on the show talking. Next Thursday, myself, Abby and Aaron, we're going to talk on Why We Love Horror. I believe we're going to do Clear Mind. I'm going to convince them to do Clear Mind because it's a movie nobody's really talking about, but in the horror community seems to be getting some buzz. We'll be talking about Clear Mind. And then next Friday, come on back. 2 more matches. I believe we got a teams match. We got the Skeleton Crew playing the Black Sheep and Will Cullen against Antonio Chavez. Until next time, this has been Why We Love Horror Trivia. Thanks for coming.
Game over.
I'll fucking kill you!